Hey stylish mamas. So a few weeks ago I was set out to find a cure, a helping hand for being a breastfeeding mom and losing the weight safely. And I said I was going to look into it and I was going to find something and I was going to share it. Well, 30 days in, I have figured out what it is that I am trying to do, and what has helped me so far is the keto diet. So the keto diet is what I have been doing and what I've been on, and I kept saying keto for like the longest time. Finally got it. Okay, it's keto, and pretty much you're eliminating carbs and sugars from your diet. That's really what it is. Though you need to keep up your calories because you are breastfeeding. Now you also need to keep up some carbs because again you are breastfeeding. I started doing it. I talked to my best friend who has helped me along this journey. And it is kind of crazy that starting this, I didn't really know what this was going to accomplish. How would you eat fat and lose fat, right? Very confusing to me. I didn't understand it. A couple days in, I felt, oh my gosh, my arteries are going to close. I was so scared. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And I asked my friend, I was like, are my arteries going to close? Like, this is insane. I'm eating fats. I feel like this is so unhealthy. She sent me a video, and then she sent me just research. And I did research. And it was so interesting. And it's kind of crazy. When you think back then, what they had farms, they had meat, they had dairy, and they had, everything was natural, right? I mean, they had vegetables and fruit. They didn't have obesity back then. They didn't have gyms, right? If you think about back then, what they ate, and they ate off the land, and they ate off the farms, and so it was just interesting to look into everything and kind of parallel it to nowadays and just go like, wow, everything we have is processed. There is sugar and carbs in everything. Keto, day one was Labor Day. That is the day I started. I don't know why. I know that it was not easy. There was food and chips and desserts, and I was sitting there like, this was the worst day to do it. But you know what? I sat at the table, and every time the wind blew, I got a whiff of sugar. And I was like, you know what? I can smell it. I know how it's gonna taste, and I can do this. I don't need to eat my carbs and sugars. And guess what? I was able not to eat my carbs and sugars because I refrained from that. I had a protein burger. Actually, I had two, and they were amazing. I've never gone protein style before, but after I did, I'm a believer that absolutely this is a good thing. Like, I don't have to have a bun. Everything in the middle is what tastes good, right? My goal was to do something that would sustain my milk supply. I really needed to do that, and I knew that if I went on a diet that obviously my milk supply could totally decrease and totally become thin. And that was kind of a concern of mine. And so I reached out to my doctor, who ended up telling me that as long as I stay to 50 carbs and keep up my calories, because you burn about 500 when you breastfeed per day, that I should be okay. So that is exactly what I did. A couple of weeks into it, I ended up pumping. And I noticed something so interesting. My breast milk has a little bit of that stuff on the side, but look how much fatty milk is in there. See it in the middle? This was pumped yesterday. Isn't that crazy? So it does go to show that this is why she is eating less, because she is getting thick, hearty milk from me. So just wanted to share that. Yeah, that fatty milk, the fat I've been eating is totally making my breast milk from half and half to heavy whipping cream, and my baby was satisfied. With going long lengths in between feedings, and nighttime feedings was about 7:30 to 4:30 a.m. It was amazing. Knowing that my baby goes lengths in between feedings now because she's getting my thickest milk is amazing. Amazing. I did not realize how much it would affect my milk supply and what it would actually do to it. So that was super cool to see, just that alone. I took my measurements in the very beginning. I took my measurements at the end. I took photos throughout. Week 1, I took photos. Say the first day I took photos. Week 2, I took photos. I don't think I took them week 3. And week 4, I took photos. And yeah, it was pretty great. I did notice my inches lost. Definitely noticed my stomach shrinking. I felt my shirts start to feel looser in the stomach. Big deal to me. And I didn't really feel anything on my legs. And sure enough, when I ended up measuring, always 22 inches. They actually did not change at all. Everything did. My bicep, my calf, everything else except my leg, my thigh. So that was very interesting. And then I was told that is the first weight you gain would be in that area and the last weight you lose. And that is why it is still that big. But also, I have not yet worked out. This is all without working out. And I will tell you, each meal is filling. I am full. I am not starving later. I don't need to snack. It is full-fledged fats and proteins, and it is pretty amazing how full and filling the meals are. And I actually learned how to cook. Okay, I'm not a cook. I'm scared in the kitchen. In the kitchen, I get nervous. I get anxious. I'm wondering, what am I doing? Why am I here? And since this now a month in, and look at, I am completely sufficient in cooking. Not everything. I'm still a little nervous about certain things. But I've been cooking everything. I've been cooking for a month for my husband. And I know he appreciates it so very much. And I'm excited about doing it because it's something I've never been able to do with confidence. And now I'm just knocking things out. I'm trying things I never have before. I made tortillas out of egg whites. We made, as a family, cauliflower pizza. We made bread. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I guess that's what I can say. It is hard to go to a Mexican restaurant and not take the chips, but again, that is just something that comes with the territory. You just kind of, and you're allowed to have cheat times and cheat days, and I don't think that that's a problem. You can completely do that. I have a margarita. If I go to a Mexican restaurant and I do not feel guilty about it because I am doing so good. I have yet to have a piece of bread, and I have not had any type of cereals or anything of sugary substance besides some Halo yogurt. I made the chocolate mug cake. That's pretty, it's okay. It's not like super good. I think it's better when you put stuff in it, and definitely you have to put sweetener in it or else it's just gonna taste disgusting. and she's teething, so. She is teething. Roro is teething. I know. It is hard. I know. So she's been a little fussy lately. But she's also been giggling and laughing, and that has just made my life.
Okay, that's your alphabet book?
You don't feel gross after eating any of these meals, and I think that's what's interesting. And the coolest thing is you just go to the store and you literally stay on the perimeter of the store. You do not go in the aisles unless you're getting some like salts or seasonings or some sort of dip, but you literally are staying on the outside of the store. And I think that is made shopping quicker. And Costco is great for these bulk items like kielbasa and bacon and cheese and coconut flour, almond flour, all of that stuff. I think it's been amazing for that, and we've been to Costco now more than we ever have due to this, and it's totally okay. It's good. It's a good switch up. I think it's making me have a goal and be more focused. My weight hasn't, I don't think, been changing that much. I've probably only lost about 5 pounds, 6 pounds in the month, and I'm just looking more at the inches than the actual weight that is being either gained or lost. I truly think that is what, at this point in my stage, this is what I'm looking for, because my weight never really mattered as long as I could fit back in my clothes. It's like, okay, things are gonna shift. My body's shifted. My stomach is just saggy still. It is saggy, it is stretch marked. It is what it is for right now. And I need to keep that in mind, and I need to make that my perspective, because it hasn't been long enough to really, for me being a mother of 2, I really need to not care that much about that and just know that I have a goal right now that I'm working toward, that for me, it's all just comes with progression, and that's okay with me for right now, because I'm really focused on my children, and what I'm doing for them is the best. So check out my meals, my inches lost, and the actual difference between day 1 and week 4. To some of the people that I'm kind of following and kind of going off of, and Instagram recipes and meals that I have looked at and really excited about making, and some of them I have made. So I just want to give you guys a little brief insight to what I've been doing for the past month that has helped my milk supply become thicker and help her last longer without feedings. And also that has just helped me take inches safely off of my body. And I'm not starving myself, and I'm not spending $3,000 for different shakes or different snacks. I'm actually doing this with real food in the store, and it is working perfectly for me and my lifestyle and my budget. So, most importantly, do you. Whatever that is that helps you take off the inches, that helps you feel good in yourself and in your body, whatever that is, as long as you're being safe for yourself, your family, and your baby, that is really all that matters. Follow, like, comment. I'd love to know any of your ketosis recipes. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Say bye. Good job. Bye.